Today's video is sponsored by Jumbolino Model. Great model aircraft at great prices. More info in the description below. Over the last few years we have seen a couple of aircraft flying around with masks. What has also been popular in the industry is to thank those who have been protecting and taking care of us throughout the pandemic, and this model is based on just such a aircraft. And with that, hello and welcome to a new episode of Review, where we today will take a closer look at a Boeing 757-200F of DHL. At the front of the box we have a cutout so we can get a glimpse of the aircraft model inside, and on top of that we find the DHL branding and the thank you sticker. The backside of the box unfortunately is yet another example of the dreadful box design of Herpa Wings, so the only thing of interest we find here is simply the fact that this is a limited edition. And here she is, the Boeing 757-200F in the standard livery of DHL, however with the addition of the Thank You NHS rainbow sticker. The aircraft itself started its life as a passenger aircraft back in 1999 with National Airlines, and after a few stops in China came to Thomas Cook in 2011, where it then in 2016 was converted into a freighter when the aircraft entered service with DHL Air. Today the aircraft however is not anymore flying with a British registration, as the aircraft was moved over to DHL Air Austria and hence is flying with a Oscar Echo registration. But enough about the aircraft for now. Let's take a look at the aircraft model itself, and we start off with the tail section, where we on the vertical stabilizer find the DHL branding. On the fuselage we then find the full registration code, and here we can notice this is still a British registration code because as the aircraft was announced the model was still flying with this registration code. Underneath that we then have the aircraft type specification, and towards the very tail of the aircraft we also find a bit of detailing around the APU exhaust. At the front of the aircraft and across the fuselage we then again find the writing of DHL. We do of course also have the addition here of the Thank You NHS rainbow sticker. We do also have the main cargo hatch, and next to that we also have this little ribbon, which I am sure is again associated with the whole topic of thanking the NHS workers. The detailing around the cockpit section offers us the cockpit windows with the window wipers, and above the cockpit windows we find the last two letters of the registration has been printed on. When we then move on to the engines, we can see the engine nacelles have been kept in this light grey color and carry the Rolls-Royce branding, and we also have the silver leading edge printed on. The physical detailing itself, I mean, yeah, from the backside it's not the best, but it's better than it used to be, and then from the front that is pretty nice, I think, where we can see the engine fan blades. Moving on to the wings, we can take a look at the top side. We have the different flaps, slats and spoilers carved out very nicely. I don't really find much other things here, but that is indeed as it should be because this is a freighter, so for example markings for the emergency exits are just not needed. The underside of the wings also offers us some more physical detailing and the full registration code that has been printed on once more. Then we can also take a quick look at the landing gear. That is the standard landing gear that Herpa uses for all their 757-200 aircraft models. The main landing gear, I think it looks pretty decent. The front landing gear, yeah, I mean, I think in the past it looked a little bit better, but it is alright. It is at least quite sturdy, but I am very much missing some printed details here. And then last but not least, we of course have a few more hatches to the cargo compartments here in the back of the aircraft and also here at the front of the aircraft. Are you, like me, always on the lookout for great new models? Well, look no further. Head to jumbolinomodel.eu, where you can find awesome new models at great prices and with very affordable shipping. On their English and Czech-speaking website you can find great deals right now. Find the links and more information in the video description below. And a massive thanks to jumbolinomodel.eu for sponsoring today's video. So there we have it, the Boeing 757-200F of DHL with the Thank You NHS rainbow sticker in scale 1 to 500 from Herpa Wings. And what can we say about this aircraft model? Now obviously it is a freighter, and freighters overall just have fewer details that you can really add to an aircraft in the print than a passenger aircraft. But as you are saving a lot of money, basically not having to do a lot of prints, I think it becomes even more important that you then will put all your energy into the few prints that you actually can do. So for example, the fact that we don't really have any prints around the front landing gear is disappointing, because clearly there should be a budget for that. They could also have added a few very thin black lines and a few tiny hatches in the print to the engines, as the aircraft in real life does have that. But they haven't. Now, none of that is unusual for Herpa, because the model itself is very much a standard Herpa Wings model. I'm just pointing out these things because that could really have elevated the aircraft model to a higher level. But if we look at the things that Herpa has done, overall I would say Herpa has done a decent job with the aircraft model. The print quality itself is excellent as usual, and also the physical detailing overall is actually pretty decent. So yeah, ultimately the model gives you another option of having a 757-200F freighter in your collection, and of course has an interesting backstory with the NHS sticker added to it. Now with that, we have reached the end of today's episode. If you have enjoyed this video, then don't forget to leave a like, that would be very much appreciated. And of course, if you are new around here, why not hit subscribe? That would be absolutely awesome. With that, I'd like to say thank you very much for watching. Hope to see you soon again. I'm checking out, and bye.